Now, for our first webinar of this fourth webinar cycle, entitled You Are What You Eat, we will have 5 webinars. Starting today, Healthy Food, Healthy Mood. By the end of these webinars, we will also understand the relationship between food and our mood, the theme for today. You will have learned how functional foods and how they positively impact our lives. How the origin of the food we choose for our plates can influence us. We will heard about functional medicine and this is also in my screen, isn't it? Okay. And the personalization of healthcare, and finally, perhaps the hottest topic of all, the relationship between food and cancer. So for the next 5 weeks, these will be the webinars we will be organizing. So, besides all these things, with our webinars, you will also be able to connect with our speakers who will inspire us through their work, their words, their passions, their research. So, stick around to watch these webinars. Register in case you have not registered yet. Share with your connection, with your friends, with your networks, so that we can reach more people and share this knowledge.
When we talk about food, we know that foods can have or can be presented to the consumer in various ways, naturally processed. They belong to different categories, from animal-based to protein-based or plant-based, microbially based inclusively. So we have different origins, we have different processes, but they are the vectors for our nutrients. And it's here that nutrition plays a significant role. So all these nutrients that belong to the different classes, so we have from the macronutrients englobing the proteins, the carbohydrates, the lipids, and the fibers, and the micronutrients, the essential vitamins and minerals. Well, and of course we cannot forget water. It is the main fuel, and I liked that image that Cecilia has just presented. If we give water to our plants, why do we give soft drinks to our children, right? So it's really important to consider that as a very essential nutrient, but it's how these nutrients are going to be absorbed. Well, first of all, how they're going to be digested, how they're going to be absorbed, how they're going to be distributed, how they're going to be metabolized. That is their role in promoting lifelong health. And that's how nutrition, or that's where nutrition stands, and all the complexity of the nutritional sciences, which is a multidisciplinary science in all that it stands for, because we need to understand the structure, we need to understand the chemical composition, we need to understand the physiology, we need to understand the clinical outcomes of each of these nutrients.
So we are unique, each of us have something specific, and we are different, and we have different body shapes, we have different eyes, and our height is different. We have different capabilities. Some of us perform better than others, so it's clear we are different. And on all our life stages, we need different things. We need different nutrition according to our needs, and of course we react different. According to Dietfit's study, where more than 600 adults was put it on a study to follow different diets, we have a different reaction to the same diet. So even we eat the same food, we react different. Some people, some adults decrease their weight, others increase the weight. So it's extremely important to have a personalized approach.
When I talk about mom's cooking, people sometimes ask me if I studied nutrition or cookery to have come up with a business idea like this. And the truth is, I didn't. I studied, as Cecilia mentioned earlier, I studied economics and management, but I became very interested in healthy food, and I will tell you why. It all started a few years ago when I was living in London, and I was diagnosed with MS. In case you don't know, MS, or multiple sclerosis, is an autoimmune disease which is unpredictable and affects the central nervous system, disrupting the flow of information within the brain and between the brain and the body. It's a chronic disease, as was mentioned before in previous presentations, and this means there is no such thing as a cure. But there are ways to make it easier for a person to cope, and these include, of course, lifestyle and food. And this was the first time that I felt I needed to change something about the way I ate.